Mr. Chairman, I need to make myself very clear. If we uplink now, Skynet will be in control of your military.
But you'll be in control of Skynet, right?
That is correct, sir.
Well, we know how that story ends, that Terminator 3. My name, Justice Knight. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube broadcast, I certainly hope you will. Make sure the bell is checked and you have notifications turned on. If you don't want to rely on YouTube to let you know when I post a video, go to the link now appearing just above my head to justiceknight.com. Put your email in and you'll only receive an email from me when I put up a broadcast, because we have so much to cover. Developments in artificial intelligence and what I talked about earlier, dead hand. You see over my shoulder, hypersonic weapons have entered the scene, but they're causing a whole new level of issues for our military. What would happen if a hypersonic weapon is launched as our reaction time is virtually nil? And of course, as a deterrent, we're going to say that we can also strike back. But how do you strike back if you don't even see the missile coming? It's immune and impervious to radar. It moves too fast. Well, now they came up with the idea that we'll just have AI launch a counterstrike. You can imagine the horrible implications to this. I've covered this many, many months ago, this national interest story titled, Meet Dead Hand. This might be Russia's most terrifying nuclear weapons idea yet. Except now we're not talking about Russia. We're talking about the U.S. and the think tanks that are coming out and saying we need our version of dead hand. This article stated, perhaps the most terrifying was a Cold War doomsday system that would automatically launch missiles without the need for a human to push the button during a nuclear attack, but the system known as perimeter or dead hand may be back and deadlier than ever. This all coming in, as the article states, after Trump administration announced the United States is withdrawing from the 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, which eliminated the once massive American and Russian stockpiles of short and medium range missiles. Now, we're not here to discuss that, because if you truly believe for a minute that we weren't both developing additional weaponry, you'd be wrong, of course. But nonetheless, the deterrent that they're talking about is the article that inspired this entire broadcast, published on Vice. Experts want to give control of America's nuclear missiles to AI. That is a horrible and horrendous idea. If America is attacked with a nuclear bomb, artificial intelligence would automatically fire back even if we're all dead. Now imagine those implications. Because once again, once the hypersonic missile strikes, there will be nobody to push the button to fire back. So I guess instead of just accepting our assured destruction, we need to destroy others. This is an amazing, godly idea, isn't it? That's why we cover it here. When it comes to nuclear weapons in the Cold War, everything old is new again. Old treaties against the creation of long-range nuclear weapons are dead, and Russia is working on new nukes it promises can strike the U.S. in record time. Two experts have an idea how to counter the new Russian threat. Turn over control of America's nuclear weapons to artificial intelligence. I chuckle when I say it because they state it's a terrible idea, and as I always state, that is a huge understatement. We've covered this before. Nukes in the age of AI. The RAND Corporation actually came out and said this doesn't help anything. It actually makes it worse. We know we can't secure AI. We're not even sure 100% everybody who has their hands in programming it, but we're going to put our nuclear arsenal online with AI. War on the rocks. America needs a dead hand. Let's put our nuclear deterrent, our nuclear response in the hands of the computer. Skynet revealed. Reports are coming out modernizing U.S. nuclear command, control, and communications, aka NC3. This is what advises the president and his policymakers and commanders of all current information on the battlefield, allows for prompt decision-making during a crisis, and provides the basis for adjusting war plans as particular crisis situations may require. The problem now is with the new breed of hypersonic weapons, there will be nobody left to respond. The reaction time is too minuscule. So A, they're saying AI can react faster to what's inbound, or B, if we're all gone, it will at least put together a strike package for us in our absence. How caring and how giving. And where is this all stemming from? Russia's new nuclear missiles squeeze response time. As nuclear treaties end, Russia focuses on hypersonic weapons that could tighten the noose on current U.S. defenses. Next article, Russia is going hypersonic as hypersonic missiles on Su-57 stealth fighters. They're not alone. China conducts new hypersonic weapons test. Beijing hopes hypersonic weapons will help it leap to parity with the U.S. military. China's hypersonic DF-17 missile threatens regional stability. Everybody's stability is threatened by the chess piece of hypersonic weaponry. Hence, the reason for this broadcast. These have been called hypersonic weapons, nightmare weapons. Senator King warns hypersonic missiles are the longbows of modern warfare, published on July 31st of this year. He gets in a little tit for tat with Vice Admiral Michael Gaudet, director of the Joint Staff and President Trump's pick to take over as the chief of naval operations. And what happens here? He asks him a question to illustrate the overall point. It's early in the morning and you learn that a hypersonic missile has just been launched. You have 13 to 15 minutes to react. The missile is traveling at 6,000 miles per hour. It creates a plasma shield so that radar is useless. The only sensor is infrared and we have inadequate infrastructure at this point in time. What do you do, Vice Admiral? What do you do? I defend myself as best I can, sir. Proving the point that there's nothing anybody can do at that point. It's too late, and we don't have the defense mechanisms built yet. Not even the American-Israeli battery, I believe, is tested enough if these were to be launched in mass amounts. Now, they're not alone. We're developing our own hypersonic missiles. Raytheon to develop control systems of U.S. Army's new hypersonic weapon systems. This published this month of this year, so none of this being old information. And experts have warned some ideas cross into bad science fiction land. That is the best quote that you could possibly name for mutually assured self-destruction, because that's what this is all about, my friends. This is mutually assured self-destruction. This is science fiction gone completely wrong, putting our defense, our life, and our future and others' futures in the hands of AI that we know is completely incompatible with anything. It's proven unreliable. We're going to give the machine, we're going to give Skynet the power to destroy us. This is happening. This is reality and a real request. They are requesting the dead hand be raised, and it is absolutely a deplorable request for humanity as a whole. My name is Justice Knight. I can't thank you enough for being here. And I'm going to leave you with one parting thought. Remember, subscribe, comment, thumbs up. I want to see all that. I want to see your comments on this. But never forget what this will look like in the end.